Sandy and family, baby. I'm your beautiful host, New Orleans Queen Sandy, the beautiful one and only, you heard me? Ladies and gentlemen, never a two. Get that straight, baby. First of all, how life of Queen Sandy and family viewers doing on this great and beautiful blessed day that God has blessed us on, ladies and gentlemen? Are y'all anxious to find out what New Orleans Queen Sandy have on life of Queen Sandy and family's delicious New Orleans well-seasoned menu for today, baby? Well, let your girl Queen Sandy tell you, heard me. Ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy and family's New Orleans delicious, well-seasoned, well-flavored, slapping menu for today, baby, is my homemade cabbage that your girl Queen Sandy will be hooking up from scratch, you heard me. And also, ladies and gentlemen, some fried chicken, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy got up early this morning, GI'd our whole home, baby, knocked out all the laundry, baby, cleaned up the bathrooms, swept and mopped our home, defrosted our chicken, chopped up 2 heads of cabbage. I've been having the cabbage soaking for approximately 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I defrosted our neck bones. And let your girl Queen Sandy put these neck bones straight in y'all face, you heard me. They're so beautiful. Y'all see how pretty and nice and clean this meat is? Ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy had to soak my meat, baby, the same way that I had to soak our cabbage. Girl Queen Sandy get this camera and put it straight up on this cabbage, right in y'all face, you heard me? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, only them youngsters that don't know how to cook probably don't know that you're supposed to soak the cabbage like your grandmas and your mama do, you heard me? Just soak it for a few hours, baby. Y'all already know that New Orleans Queen Sandy is old school. And also, ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans Queen Sandy already knocked out our rice, you heard me? Because I believe in cooking everything at the same time so everything could get done at the same time and the whole family can enjoy our delicious New Orleans well-seasoned, well-flavored meal at the same time. Everything will be done at the same time, you heard me? Also, ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans Queen Sandy have a very important topic on the importance of cleaning your hands and using antibacterial soap when cooking from when you use the bathroom, and that's very important for those that work in the food industry, ladies and gentlemen, and also women that wears nails, you know. And I had to tell my son that the other day, you heard me. He was sitting on his computer making a fire hit beat, you heard me. And I said, when you get older, Prince, why, baby, make sure you get a girlfriend that know how to wipe herself, baby. Front to back, never back to front, because that causes contamination, you heard me. So when you roll that tissue paper and wipe your twat, then you bring it to the back, throw it in the toilet, roll some more tissue if you need to clean yourself some more, baby. Front to back and put it in the toilet and flush it, you heard me? So, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy have some antibacterial soap, and I'm going to get surgical with it like the doctors does in the hospital, baby. It's very important to make sure that your hands are clean when cooking. Also, you can't always judge a book by its cover, ladies and gentlemen, like with those that work in the food industry, because a lot of people be cooking food in the food industry and homes don't be clean, you know. It's great to have nails on and stuff like that, but it's great to use antibacterial soap, baby. I'm a germophobic. You got to make sure that you get all in the crevices of your nails to kill all those germs, you heard me. Bam! Nice and clean, you heard me. And ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna use a little bit of this antibacterial soap and put it on the faucet, you heard me. Clean that off. Now there you have it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy is about to season our delicious neck bones. And ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy, so our neck bones won't lose flavor in the cabbage, what your girl Queen Sandy is going to do, and my husband and my kids and everyone that eat New Orleans Queen Sandy's cabbage, baby, they love this. Your girl Queen Sandy, I season my neck bones and I bake it so all that flavor can stay on the neck bones, you heard me, and the meat be nice and tender, you heard me, and have all the seasoning on the outside and on the inside, and the meat never falls apart, baby. So let your girl Queen Sandy get to work. We start off with some black pepper, baby. I'm gonna saturate this black pepper all throughout the neck bones, baby. Y'all know New Orleans people, we love seasoning. And I don't really cook with salt. I use that seasoning oil, baby. Hit it with that yag to the yag. So it can be bursting in flavor on the outside and the inside. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna hit it with some seasoning oil, baby. Your food don't never get too salty with seasoning oil, baby. Thirdly, I'm gonna use some paprika. How many of Life of Queen Sandy and family viewers bake their neck bones before putting it in their greens or their beans, baby? Jump in Life of Queen Sandy and family comments and let the Queen of Air know you heard me. Now your girl Queen Sandy put some garlic powder on there, baby. And now, fifthly, I'm about to hit it with some cayenne pepper, baby. Yeah to yeah. And it's very simple and easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all see how your girl Queen Sandy piled up all this seasoning on the neck bones? Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy is going to rub the seasoning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy is going to rub the seasoning into the neck bones, baby. So our cabbage neck bones could be bursting with flavor, you heard me? You know when you purchase your meat, you want to make sure that it's pretty, baby. You got to rub it all the way entirely through the neck bone. How many of Life of Queen Sandy and family viewers getting ready for Father's Day? What are y'all going to be cooking for y'all fathers and y'all husbands and y'all sons that are fathers and grandsons? Jump in Life of Queen Sandy and family comments and let the Queen of Air know, baby. Yesterday, your girl Queen Sandy, before making groceries, I had to knock out the refrigerator. I had to clean out the refrigerator, clean out the oven. Shout out to GT Naya, because Naya, baby, when she get paid from work, and also her big brother, Big Absy, baby, they go shopping for our home, buying all our household products and stuff like that, baby. So to keep the house clean. Naya have an old soul like her mama, baby. I'm so proud of our babies. That's why I congratulate them on the daily with acknowledging them and posting them, you heard me? They be working so hard, and I just, as a mother, it's my job to make sure that they feel a love, baby. That when they're not here, and I put a smile on their face when they're at work, like, oh, my mama thinking about me, you know, posted a picture of me, a video or something of me, baby. Because they be working hard, you know. And also helping out with bills. See how simple New Orleans Queen Sandy make this look, baby? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of Air if you try, baby. On no day, no way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all already know, New Orleans Queen Sandy, only way I cook burl cabbage is if we ain't got no cooking oil, you heard me? But I love fried cabbage because it saturates that seasoning up, baby. I fry it, then I burl it. And then put all my meat and seasoning in there afterwards, baby. And scoop the Earl out the pot that it produced. That, because you know Earl and water don't mix, baby, but you'll have a bunch of Earl when you're cooking it with Earl, just soaking at the top of the water on top of your cabbage. And I scoop that out like my husband taught me, baby. So it can be healthy and well seasoned and well flavored, you heard me. Your girl Queen Sandy rinse out this zinc or the seasoning, baby. And yeah. And y'all already know that New Orleans Queen Sandy, the beautiful one and only, and my great and loving family will be going to donate our Healing with Meals, God Always Leads Glory game plate, you heard me? Because they really enjoy our food, you know. And it's a blessing to be able to bless others, because this is how my mother raised me, my aunts raised me, you know. This is a New Orleans hospitality thing, baby. Point blank. Now there you have it. Y'all see New Orleans Queen Sandy well seasoned neck bones, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna get a pan and put these neck bones in the oven, you heard me? Our firstborn had brought some pizza home. I don't really care for pizza. Queen Sandy about to bake these neck bones in the skillet, you heard me? Y'all see how beautiful and delicious that look? Y'all already know it's gonna be hitting hard, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans Queen Sandy is going to allow these neck bones to bake until they're nice and tender, you heard me? See how it's evenly seasoned? This is how y'all want y'all meat to be, ladies and gentlemen. Evenly seasoned. Y'all see how pretty that is? That's your girl Queen Sandy shining a light on it. Delicious. Dynamite, baby. Can't do it like the Queen of N.O. on no day, baby. You heard me? My family is going to enjoy this. New Orleans 504 cabbage and fried chicken, you heard me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy about to head over here to the oven, you understand me? And place the pan in the oven, baby. Set the oven to 350 and allow that to bake. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let your girl Queen Sandy head to the garbage can and put this in the trash, you heard me? Back at it again. Antibacterial soap, you heard me? Gotta get surgical with it. Never let the water run, you heard me? You gotta save on your water bill. Kill them germs like that. Get all in your nails. Simple. I know all my viewers out there keep y'all hands clean when y'all be cooking, baby. Can't do it like us, you heard me, on no day. New Orleans Queen Sandy and my family and all of Life of Queen Sandy and family viewers, you heard me. On no day, no way. Straight like that, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy pouring that water out the pot. Now, like I said, I chopped up 2 heads of cabbage, baby. But I'm not going to be able to fry 2 heads of cabbage up in this pot. So what your girl Queen Sandy is about to do, ladies and gentlemen, is put the majority of the cabbage in the strainer. Get in there. Get in there. Stop playing. Get in there. Thank you very much. You're about to get fried and get in our stomach and make our bodies right, girl. Y'all see how nice and clean New Orleans Queen Sandy's cabbage is, baby? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of N.O. if you tried, you heard me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep this amount of cabbage up in the pot And what I'm about to do, I'm about to put it up in, what your girl Queen Sandy about to do, baby. I'm about to put it on the stove and put some cooking oil in there, you heard me. And also add all my seasoning, baby. Y'all see, New Orleans Queen Sandy had the chicken soaking, you heard me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy already had a stove on, baby. I had a stove on 8. Let me get the cooking oil off this cabinet, baby. Now, I know I gotta have my coffee, you know. This is New Orleans Queen Sandy's legal drug. I've been cleaning soda for 8 years, baby. Thank God and my family. That's very supportive, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy pulled some cooking oil on top of that cabbage. Now, what your girl Queen Sandy is going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is allow that cooking oil to heat up, and I'm going to cut y'all back on un momento. Until then, make sure to like, comment, share, and or subscribe to Life with Queen Sandy and family, baby. Matter of fact, do all of them, you heard me? What y'all doing? Seeking approval? Stop playing. Your girl Queen Sandy gonna cut our viewers on un momento, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans Queen Sandy is back, baby. Now, I have the cooking oil heating up, baby, and the cabbage frying down. Now, let your girl Queen Sandy head to my large pot, baby, and add my seasoning, you heard me? Make sure our viewers can see the beautiful queen of NO, you heard me? First, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy is going to hit it with a little bit of black pepper, baby. Boy, baby, look, my family gonna tear this up, you heard me? Some seasoned oil. Yes, it is seasoned oil, you heard me? Stop playing. I am from the NO. And that y'all know, you heard me? Hit it with that cayenne pepper. Hit it with that paprika. Lastly, hit it with that garlic powder, baby. Hit it with that, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, do Life of Queen Sandy and family viewers love my board on the refrigerator, baby. Motivation and inspiration. Good morning, baby. Love kills hate, baby. Ignore who and what does not matter towards your future, baby. That's Motivation 101 from New Orleans Queen Sandy and my great and loving family, you heard me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let New Orleans Queen Sandy head back over here to my pot and fry my delicious New Orleans well-seasoned cabbage, you heard me? What are y'all cooking today? Girl Queen Sandy situate my camera, baby. Got the chicken soaking. Allow that to fry down. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited that our baby young Prince Wop's birthday is on the 29th. Our family are figuring out what we're going to do for his birthday. I've been asking our baby all this week what he want to do for his birthday, you heard me? Last year we went to the cider cave. Maybe we'll probably go to the place that we went for my husband's birthday and get on the bumper cars or something like that. I don't know. But whatever our baby young Prince Wop, the world's greatest 14-year-old producer that's greater than all want to do for his birthday, baby, yes, he and our family will be doing it, you heard me? So, ladies and gentlemen, while your girl Queen Sandy got that cabbage frying behind me, you heard me? I'm about to take this chicken out the pack. Clean it off in this water, baby. And yes, I killed all the germs that's up in this bucket. I had to hit it with some bleach and some antibacterial soap, ladies and gentlemen. Now let your girl Queen Sandy throw this chicken pack in the garbage, baby. Y'all ain't eating none of this food anyway. We ain't straight like that. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy got the chicken submersion up in the water, baby. Cleaning it all. Now, let me put all this water out. And what your girl Queen Sandy gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is rinse this chicken off again after taking it out this bucket, you heard me? Sit my bucket over there. You gotta make sure that your chicken is nice and clean, baby. See how nice and clean New Orleans Queen Sandy had the chicken, baby? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of Indo on no day, you heard me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy about to head back over here to my pot, stir up my cabbage, and get my seasoning, baby. I know y'all can smell New Orleans Queen Sandy food through the phone, baby. Stop playing. Everybody in my house gonna wake up once the food's done, baby. Like they always do. Ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna use the same easy, simple 1, 2, 3 step process with seasoning the chicken the same way that I season my delicious New Orleans well seasoned flavorful neck bones, you heard me? Now let your girl Queen Sandy heat it with that cayenne pepper, baby. My seasoner. Got it smelling good in here, baby. Hit it with that paprika, baby. Easily, simply. The same process, repeat the same process that I did on the neck bones, baby, and rub all the seasoning into the chicken, baby. My food be hitting. That's what my husband and I been thinking about all yesterday when we gonna do for our baby young Prince Watt 15th birthday, baby. Majority of everything that he want, he already have already, baby. He already got the gang scooter, a laptop, phone, studio. It'd be hard to decide what to get for our baby. All they be wanting is technology. Buying all these devices, and I pay the doggone light bill. Had to cut down on washing during the daytime and start washing at night to save on energy. Because when it's hot outside, you know, you don't want to strain your wash machine and your dryer, baby. Will your bill go up, baby? So I'm happy my husband brought all these fans, baby. Normally at Salvation Army and Catholic Charities, our family will go and get the free fans that they give out. It depends on your household size. Because it be so hot outside, baby. And normally they give us 3 fans. But my husband just invested in a tower for $100. And it feels just like an air conditioner, baby. So now we have 3 towers in here. I still be having a doggone air conditioner on, baby. It's like, since our home is an old foundation, this house probably like 60 years old or something like that. Now we got the unit replaced maybe 13 years ago or something like that. And the weathering and stuff in the attic to save on our electricity rates. But it's something different. Like in New Orleans, like in the east and stuff, if you go to a relative house or something, baby, and you have your air conditioner on, it be cold all day throughout the house. So something with the air conditioning unit ain't right. It's jacked up some kind of way, baby. Because it don't stay cool in the living room. They got the vents backwards. If y'all notice, let your girl Queen Sandy show y'all this. Y'all see that? So the air going straight out the door when we open up the door, baby. Yeah, but my family and I, we really love this home, y'all. I ain't lying. We've been living here for 18 years. Our kids grew up in this house, baby. Took all their first steps. Now, Randy was about 2 years old. 3 years old when we moved here, baby. But GT9 and Prince Wap, they was born here. So this is the only home that they know, baby. We got so many great memories in this house. Every birthday party. Oh, I remember everything with my children, baby. And my husband and I. And my mama. Because my mama, baby, look, Queen Sandra bought the Cali, they ain't no joke, baby. Shoot. My mama come through for her grandchildren, baby. I know my nieces and nephews in New Orleans probably, I ain't gonna say getting jealous because we don't do jealousy, baby. But probably like, well, you always be by Auntie Sandy. You was there for all her children's births, all their graduations, all their birthday parties. You always there with Auntie Sandy, you know. But my mama loved all her grandkids equally, baby. Y'all better understand, I'm her only daughter, and I'm the only one that have her name, baby. But that's a blessing, because I feel that's what family is about. You know, and that's just like with my husband. And I meant what I said up in that video, baby. My husband was present for every one of his kids' births. Every one of them, you know. Right with my mama. My father-in-law was, my husband's father was there for our firstborn's birth. Boy, look, I never forget that day, baby. Boy, look, Big Randy said, I'm going in. My father-in-law got the glove. And it's kind of embarrassing because my father-in-law seen my private part, but men seen that before, you know. But it was a blessing, you know, to have my mama, my husband, and my father-in-law at the hospital to experience that blessing with us, you know. And my husband was really thrown up in the corner. While he was thrown up, my father-in-law said, "Oh, Doc, give me the glove. I'm going in." I love my father-in-law, baby. Boy, look, King Smurf look just like him, and he still think he young. You heard me be swagged out, stunting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let your girl Queen Sandy get this knife and stab the chicken, baby, so it can breathe and fry evenly throughout the middle, baby. Yeah, but keeping your hands clean, ladies and gentlemen, when cooking and handling food, baby, it's very important. Why you think everybody always tear my food up? Because they know I ain't trifling, baby. I can't do it. I can't. You know, I was thinking about that the other day, like with sowing our seeds with healing with meals, God always needs glory and stuff. You know, I was like, when people be, you know, sitting on in front of the stores and stuff, like, you know, why you don't bless them to give them an application, you know, to get on their feet. You get what I'm saying? Hire them for a few weeks, you know, and let them clean up in the bathroom. You get what I'm saying? To keep themselves clean and at least to get on their feet and get their first apartment, or, you know, be able to get in a hotel or something, boy. I can't wait to God bless Healing with Meals. God always needs glory, baby, because, I mean, we're going to either put them in hotels, get a huge apartment complex, and this is realistic goals, baby. I thought long and hard about that, you know, and get like a van, do carpooling, let them live rent-free probably for like 6 months or something like that, you know, and so they're able to save their checks, and if they have kids, you know, give money to their kids or whatever, whoever helping out with them, with their kids, you know, to help them pay their bills or something like that, you know, and get like one company, a major company, to like go in contract with Healing with Meals. God always needs glory, baby, and employ them, whether they're working at a farm or something like that, you know, to get a steady salary, you know, get income, you know, and get all their important documents and stuff for them, and give them clothes and, you know, shoes and stuff like that, baby. And I don't know, I have it all in my, I wrote it down, ladies and gentlemen, you know, because I never thought small. That's like, New Orleans was always so small, but I always thought, how to make $1 million in a day. How to make $1 million in a day. That was always my goal, even when I was hustling, ladies and gentlemen. That was always my goal. I never made it, but you get what I'm saying? That was my goal on a real come up. And so that's what I've been doing every day, thinking on realistic goals. You know how, like, if you about to go to a job interview or something like that and doing your presentation, you know, I mean, that's realistic. That's realistic, baby. Get like a huge one big building house, have the men on one side, the women on one side, a van for the men workers, a van for the women workers, so they don't have to pay for the commute. You know, with getting to work, they're gonna always make it on time, make it home on time, save their money, baby, and stack their checks, and then get whatever size home that they want, you know, and apply for whatever job, you know, if they want to withdraw from that program, the Healing with Meals, God Always Needs Glory program, and because you never limit yourself. Just like I just said, my goal was always how you can make $1 million in a day, baby. Quit applying for McDonald's and Popeyes and all that. Go for the bigger jobs, the corporate jobs, you know, and let them apply for one of those jobs, and God will bless them. You know, let them gain all the skill sets and the training, like at the resource places and stuff like that, to help them really get on their feet, baby. But we ain't there. One day we gonna be there, baby. So let your girl Queen Sandy quit effing, you heard me, with my realistic goals. But that's what we gonna do. That's realistic. And point blank, God already said it's yours. So let your girl Queen Sandy stir this cabbage, baby. And as soon as, you know, somebody move out the complex, then, you know, house some more people, you know, that been homeless or coming from out of jail or something like that, you know, to get on their feet. Realistically, bring them to the food stamp office, bring them to the doctor. You get what I'm saying? Get their health straight, get their hygiene straight, things like that, you know. And God already said it's ours, you heard me. So ladies and gentlemen, let your girl Queen Sandy finish knocking out this cabbage. I'm gonna cut y'all off and cut y'all back on. Un momento. Peace out. God is good. And I would like to thank everyone that has liked, commented, shared, and or subscribed to Life of Queen Sandy and family, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are awesome. God is awesome, and I would like to thank him for blessing my family and I on this great and beautiful day. And also may he bless each of you and your families, ladies and gentlemen. Now let your girl Queen Sandy cut y'all off, baby. I'll be right back. Quit sweating. Y'all just be sweating me up. Now here we go, baby. Y'all see how juicy and well seasoned and well flavored New Orleans Queen Sandy cabbage is, baby. I know y'all want to play, baby. New Orleans Queen Sandy gonna bring it to your door, you heard me. So do y'all see? Bam. Also do y'all see how straight my rice is, baby? Delicious. Hitting hard New Orleans 504 rice, baby. Let your girl Queen Sandy put my lid back on my rice, baby. I know y'all smell this 504 food through y'all phone, you heard me? This how you season your neck bones, baby. Y'all see how tender the neck bones are, baby? Look at all that flavor, bursting with flavor. See how that meat don't break up in the pan, baby, when you season it and bake it? I know I'm going to have all Life of Queen Sandy and family viewers baking y'all meat before putting it up in y'all greens and y'all beans, you heard me? Look at how tender and well seasoned that is, baby. So y'all can see this chicken. I told y'all, a real chef cook everything at the same time so the family can enjoy their meal at the same time. You heard me? Ain't got to wait on Nathaniel, you heard me? And what I'm about to do, ladies and gentlemen, is get my pot, baby, bring it over here to this zinc and fill it up with water. Allow our cabbage to burn with the water for a little while, ladies and gentlemen. And then your girl Queen Sandy gonna add the meat to it, you heard me? Let your girl Queen Sandy grab my gloves, baby, and fill up my pot with some water, you heard me? This is what you call real 504 cabbage, baby. Straight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy about to add some water to my pot, baby. Then I'm going to allow my phone to charge up a little while, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy to put some water up in the pot, baby. Let your girl Queen Sandy get up on my homemade New Orleans 504 cabbage, baby. Can't do it like the Queen of Indo on no day. I told y'all stop sweating New Orleans Queen Sandy, baby. Now I'm back, you heard me? I told y'all New Orleans Queen Sandy be back, baby. Stop sweating me, you heard me? They only have one of me, never a two. Get that straight, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Life of Queen Sandy and Family, baby. I'm your beautiful host, New Orleans Queen Sandy, the beautiful one and only, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy is so excited, baby. I just pulled my delicious, well-seasoned, well-flavored, hitting hard New Orleans neck bones out the oven, baby. And also, my cabbage is cooked down. So, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy also changed our menu from fried chicken to barbecue chicken, you heard me? And ladies and gentlemen, I have the chicken bacon in the oven, baby. Let your girl Queen Sandy get this camera and bring y'all up close on, and so y'all can see how delicious New Orleans well-seasoned 504 hitting hard cabbage is, and my neck bones, baby. Y'all already know New Orleans Queen Sandy's delicious homemade 504 cabbage gonna be hitting hard, you heard me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let your girl Queen Sandy put my phone back on the stand, baby. Look at that there. Now, I already told y'all that your girl Queen Sandy gonna scoop all this Earl out the top of the pot, baby, because Earl and water do not mix, baby. Now, your girl Queen Sandy gonna put the stove on A, baby. Y'all see these neck bones? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of Indo if you try, baby. So, ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans Queen Sandy is going to allow my cabbage to cook down for a little while on the stove. And once the water get hot and all the seasoning and flavor start to marinate throughout the cabbage, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy going to add those delicious New Orleans Queen Sandy well-seasoned, hitting hard neck bones to the cabbage, baby. And I'm going to cut y'all back on, you heard me? Hold up. Let your girl Queen Sandy check on this here chicken in the oven one more time. And get y'all an up-close view of it. Then also I have to chop up my smoked sausage and my bell peppers, baby. Y'all see that? Can't do it like the Queen of Indo if you try, baby. Y'all see that, baby? Juicy chicken, you heard me? All of our food gonna be done at the same time, ladies and gentlemen. So peace out, God is awesome, and I would like to thank him for blessing my family and lovers on this great and beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. And also may he bless each of you and your families as well, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, make sure to like, comment, share, and or subscribe to Life of Queen Sandy and family, baby. Matter of fact, do all of them, you heard me. What y'all waiting on? Approval, baby? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of Indo on no day, you heard me. But SWAT in New Orleans Queen Sandy, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans Queen Sandy is back, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, behind me, your girl Queen Sandy have my barbecue sauce submerging. I got it cooking down with the baked chicken up in there, with some butter up in there, baby. And your girl Queen Sandy about to add my secret ingredients, baby, which is some mustard and syrup, baby. And also I'll be chopping up my smoked sausage and my bell peppers and knocking out these dishes, you heard me. Because you gotta have a clean kitchen while you're cooking, you heard me. So ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy about to add some mustard. That's compliments to my daddy Smiley, you heard me. And some syrup, baby. Now coming up, I started off with using sugar, but ever since I've been in Texas, I changed my ingredient to using syrup, you heard me. So ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy about to get this big spoon, baby, and stir up my barbecue sauce and submerge our baked, delicious, well-seasoned baked chicken up in that hitting hard barbecue sauce, you heard me. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let your girl Queen Sandy situate my phone. Like yeah to the yeah, you heard me. Also, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy have my cabbage burling, baby, with them neck bones all juicy up in there. Now, your girl Queen Sandy gonna take this stick of butter and sit it directly into the barbecue sauce, baby, and allow my butter to melt. Rinse off my spoon and stir up my delicious 504 hitting hard New Orleans Queen Sandy cabbage, baby. I know y'all smell this delicious 504 meal through the phone, baby. Y'all see how your girl Queen Sandy well-seasoned baked neck bones stay together, baby? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of Indo on no day, baby. A saints thing. Allow my dishes to soak. You can't eat greens and cabbage and red beans and butter beans or no kind of beans without Louisiana hot sauce, babe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you only just need a little bit of hot sauce, babe. You gotta hit it with that yag. And then our girl Queen Sandy stir up my cabbage, baby. Our whole block be smelling my food, baby. The other day when my babies got off from work, they said, boy, mama, I smelled your food way outside. That's how you know you whooping it up right, you heard me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy about to whip up this butter and barbecue sauce, baby. My husband brought his behind up in the kitchen and helped me. He had scooped the Earl out the top of the pot for his wifey. Thank you, babe, you the greatest, you heard me. My food woke his ass up. And then he came up here doing his own one too. I really don't care for nobody in the kitchen with me, but I love doing our couple thing in the kitchen together, baby. Cause when he in the kitchen, he put me out the kitchen. He came up in here and put the barbecue sauce straight on top of the chicken, and he know his wifey had my own way of doing things. You know I'm old school, baby. I always warm up my barbecue sauce, add my mustard, my syrup, my butter, my seasoning, and I do each piece of chicken, I submerge it in the barbecue sauce one by one, so it could be well submerged on each side evenly throughout all the chickens, the same way as New Orleans Queen Sandy does all of my meat, baby. There ain't nothing like having a man that help you, you heard me? I love to know that my seasoning is well distributed throughout the barbecue sauce and get all that flavor and be bursting with flavor, baby. Evenly. Working smart, not hard, you heard me? I love the way my husband done it though, baby. Alright now, ladies and gentlemen, let your girl Queen Sandy chop up my smoked sausage and my bell peppers, baby. And saute in some butter. Chop it down nice and thinly, baby. And add some seasoning to it. While I'm allowing my barbecue chicken to submerge up in that barbecue sauce, baby. It's going to be nice, well seasoned, well flavored, and juicy, you heard me? Yeah, now your girl Queen Sandy then chopped off the head off the bell pepper, baby. What I'm about to do is take these seeds out, ladies and gentlemen. Rinse all these seeds out the top of the bell pepper. In the trash, baby. The inside of my bell pepper, baby. And get the chopping, you heard me? Ain't no stopping when New Orleans Queen Sandy get the chopping, baby. Like Chopper City in the ghetto, you heard me? Like that to that. New Orleans Queen Sandy food to the phone, baby. Who I want to play? Put y'all address in the comments, baby, so I can come and bring it to y'all door, you heard me? You ready to eat? I know, Mama, hear your son. I'm on my way with the food, you heard me? Mama got the barbecue chicken marinating in the barbecue sauce, baby. Can't do it like my husband, King Smurf, or the whip stop on no day, baby. Got my husband on a gumbo, baby. He used to be the one to always make the gumbo and stuff for the holidays. Then I came up with my way of doing like the hot sausage and stuff with baking all my meat in the oven to keep the flavor on there and the seasoning, baby. Marinating up in that gumbo root, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna put half of the bell peppers up in the barbecue chicken, and the other half in the cabbage, baby. Cause I love adding color. Now let your girl Queen Sandy get the butter. What your girl Queen Sandy gonna do, ladies? Your girl Queen Sandy turn my camera around so y'all can see me all the way in the video, you heard me? Let your girl Queen Sandy get this skinny baby and put it on this aisle. And sit my skillet right here to melt my butter, baby. While I'm over here, let your girl Queen Sandy whip up my cabbage, baby. Y'all see these big old neck bones? Stop playing. Can't do it like the Queen of Endo on no day, baby. This is what you call real New Orleans 504 soul food, baby. When you cook, you gotta cook with love. You gotta love what you're doing. Y'all see that, baby? Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna spread this butter around the skillet. Grease it up. I love Y'all see that? To evenly grease it. I do this with my cakes as well, baby. Now, let's get it popping in here, you heard me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's your girl Queen Sandy. Bring my chopping board over here to the skillet, you understand me? Put my smoked sausage up in this pot, baby. And saute it with half of the bell peppers. And I'm going to saute the other half of the bell peppers by itself. Because that's going to be going up in the barbecue chicken, baby. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the barbecue chicken bell peppers. And these bell peppers and these smoked sauces are going to be going in my New Orleans 504 cabbage, baby. You understand me? Now, you got to season your meat. Here with some black pepper, baby. Paprika. Cayenne pepper. Just a little bit, you heard me. Some garlic powder, baby. And some seasoned herb, you heard me. Now, if I want to talk proper, like how you do on Gremlins, the educated one on New Year's, I can say seasoned oil, ladies and gentlemen, but it's seasoned herb. I guess I am very sophisticated. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna whip up these smoked sausage up in these bell peppers, baby. Saute it. Now let your girl Queen Sandy put this barbecue chicken close up in y'all face. I know y'all want to play, baby. Y'all see how well seasoned, well flavored, and well evenly coated and submerged the barbecue chicken is in the barbecue sauce, baby. Stop sweating me. I know y'all ass want to play. I'm on my way now. You heard me? Well, I'll be rolling in the kitchen. You got to motivate yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. That's Motivation 101 from New Orleans, Queen Sandy, and my great and loving family, baby. God is just so awesome. And I thank him every day for blessing my family and I, baby. I thank him for my kids, our 3 gifted and talented kids, my husband, my mother, my siblings, my nieces, nephews, my husband's side of the family, and all my real friends, my real dear ones, you heard me. God have a blessing in store on the way for everybody, baby. Y'all just have to have patience with God, you know. You know everybody's heart and the way that the economy is right now, baby. Off my pot lid, baby. Y'all see how beautiful New Orleans Queen Sandy bell peppers and smoked sausage is, baby? Let your girl Queen Sandy bring the skillet closer to the camera, baby. Y'all see that? I'm on my way, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna allow my bell peppers to cook down and soften up a little bit more, baby. What's happening, Rose? Greatest 14-year-old producer that's greater than all? Come get mama some. Tell our viewers what's happening.
What's up, y'all?
Love you, baby. Tree nearby. Well, look, y'all should see Prince Bob when he be up in the morning for school getting dressed, boy. Him and his big brother and I, boy, they hygiene and stuff like that. Something serious, baby. They be all in the mirror, all impressed with themselves, baby. Especially Randy with his abs. I love the way that our babies get along. All 3 of the siblings be going to the gym, baby. Benjamin. Now there you have it, baby. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy, we need all of the butter and all that to be in the cabbage, baby. We need that seasoning. So my skillet right here. Now with the butter and stuff from the sauteing of the bell peppers and the smoked sausage, we don't need to scoop that out. We need that to be mixed and marinated evenly throughout the cabbage, baby. So it can be bursting with New Orleans Queen Sandy flavor, baby. Stop playing. A whole bunch of meat in your cabbage. Make your cabbage complete. Now, see, y'all something else, bro. Y'all see me put the doggone skillet up in the zinc. Why y'all didn't remind me? Because I needed that flavor on the doggone skillet to saute the other batch of bell peppers. So I'm not gonna add no more butter to this skillet, baby. I just, instead of washing out the skillet, I just rinse it off with water to keep some of that flavor from the smoked sausage and the bell peppers, baby, in the skillet so it can flavor this batch of bell peppers. And y'all know it ain't going in that doggone water, you heard me. I think nice and clean, baby. Now there you have it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your girl Queen Sandy gonna allow the bell peppers to brown up a little bit, because I love that little black color on it. And then I'm gonna add it to the barbecue sauce. So it could kind of be like it came off the grill a little bit, you know? Now there you have it, baby. New Orleans Queen Sandy and Family's delicious 504 well-seasoned Sunday menu for today, baby, that I'm about to put on rotate for my great and loving family, you heard me? And also those that we're going to bless within our community. Meals. God always needs glory gain meal, you heard me? Can't do it like the Queen of Eno in my family. This is how you fix New Orleans cabbage, baby. Your girl Queen Sandy got the neck bones, the smoked sausage, the cabbage, the juicy cabbage, you heard me? And the bell peppers, baby. Look at that. And also, y'all see that delicious barbecue chicken, baby? Now this is real simple for any of Life of Queen Sandy and family viewers that enjoy the way New Orleans Queen Sandy cook our family's delicious 504 meals, baby. It's real simple. Just follow the steps, you heard me? And y'all have y'all a delicious New Orleans meal in any state or city that y'all reside in, baby. But you can only learn it from somebody from New Orleans, you heard me? Point blank. This is a N0504 thing, you heard me? Nobody in the world could cook better than New Orleans Queen Sandy and my family, baby. And there you have it. There go the hitting hard rice, baby. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope everyone enjoyed this simple DIY tutorial on how to make well-seasoned, well-flavored neck bones baked from scratch and fried New Orleans 504 cabbage, baby, and barbecue chicken with fully flavored with all the seasoning and bell peppers, baby. You gotta have flavor.